NATO panic activated. President Trump wants Greenland, and the man always finds a way to get what he wants.
The European allies see the writing on the wall and have now deployed troops from France, Germany, Norway, and Sweden to conduct two-day joint exercises in a show of support for Denmark and to flaunt some military chops in the event of a takeover.
I don't know about you, that doesn't scare me. This comes one day after Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio met with Danish and Greenland officials at the White House, all parties walking away acknowledging pretty deep disagreements.
But the Interior Secretary says it's pretty simple why Greenland is so strategically important to the United States.
Think about Alaska, which we also purchased, is so strategic now, both in terms of energy, but also in terms of our military bases there. And the same thing with Greenland. These are like two bookends that protect North America. And as you know, today, we're in an era of unmanned warfare. President Trump said today, the great leadership that he's providing Commander-in-Chief, the Golden Dome, we need Greenland to make sure the Golden Dome is going to protect America.
Joining us now is former Deputy National Security Advisor during Trump's first term, KT McFarland. KT, always good to see you. All right, so when it comes to Greenland, I would say that we're still a ways from getting to yes, whatever yes might be in terms of our interests there. How do you see this playing out? Are we talking about takeover? Are we talking about cutting some kind of financial deal that gives us more rights? What do you say?
Oh, I think we get there. I think we get to yes. And we probably get to yes with a financial arrangement. You know, whether we buy Greenland, we've been trying to buy Greenland, by the way, since Abraham Lincoln. If we buy it, then we would have complete control over how we do the defensive situation. But maybe we have something halfway there. Maybe we just have control over who's there and who's not there. The reason this is urgent is because the Chinese and the Russians are making inroads. They want to be in Greenland, not just because they want to develop the natural resources, the rare earth minerals, but they want Greenland because of its strategic position. You know, Brian, if you took a globe and turned it on its side so that the Arctic Circle was the center, you would see how essential Greenland is to not only to our defense, but a maritime trade route as the climate changes. But frankly, the Europeans should be applauding us, because if we build a Golden Dome, so this would be a Golden Dome that would prevent, it would be a missile shield, so no Russian or Chinese missiles could get to the United States. They couldn't get to Canada. They couldn't get to Europe. And why? Because we would need Greenland as a major base for that Golden Dome.
KT, I want to move on to this. So 4 more Democrats in the Seditious Six video now say that federal prosecutors are investigating them. Just a reminder for everybody, in the original video, they encouraged service members of the military to refuse illegal orders. And now we find out that they're under investigation. This is Crow, Goodlander, DeLuzio, and Houlihan, congressmen all. But do you think that was their motive in the first place, putting this video together so they can play victim?
Yeah, and they also are just terminal cases of the Trump derangement syndrome. You know, if you think about what they asked for, so these are all veterans, American military veterans, they should know better. But what they've said is that if you're a member of the armed forces, not only do you have the right, but you have the responsibility to disobey orders if you don't think they're legal orders. So what you're telling some 18-year-old kid is, okay, you have to decide that order, direct order you've been given, you're going to obey it, you're going to not obey it, and it's on you if you get it wrong. And frankly, it just gets to the whole heart. Are we going to have a military or not? If we're going to have a military, you have to have a chain of command. And if you have a chain of command, that means you follow the orders that your superior officer gives you. That superior officer might be held responsible for the orders that he's giving, and ultimately the commander-in-chief. But what the Seditious Six have told people is you don't have to obey the laws of the military. You don't have to obey any of those things. And what they are really doing is encouraging the collapse of the American military.
You know, I don't think anybody actually listened to them, thankfully. But what gets me about the video is that they pretend like they're doing it in good faith. You know, like, no, we're just telling you what everybody already knows. It's just a friendly reminder, KT. And that bothers me. It doesn't, that's politics, right? But this is national security. These are young men and women in the military who have very serious responsibility. And these guys are playing around with that, KT, like it's just one more sign they're holding up at a protest. And I find that disgusting.
It really is seditious. I mean, can you imagine if you were part of the team, the Delta Force team that went in to get Maduro, and you have to think, well, maybe should I do this? Should I take this order? Should I not? It would just undermine the entire sense of having a United States military. And again, these people should know better. Why are they doing it? I guess they just hate Trump so much. Or maybe they're doing it because they're going to fundraise off of it. But they're not doing it to help the women and the men in the armed forces. I'm a military mom. If my daughter had to somehow, every time she was given an order, had to decide, oh, is this a legitimate order? Is this not a legitimate order? You know, I could be called to court if I get this wrong. It just undermines the whole principle of the chain of command and the United States military, where we have civilian control of the military,
right,
not some opinion that you might have of what's right and what's wrong, and you obey what you feel like.
They know that.
Yeah,
they know that.
Exactly.
KT McFarland, great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Thank you.